What's up everyone, this is Marwan. I am near City Hall, and what I wanted to talk about today is the concept of the circle of influence and the circle of concern. This is a concept that was presented by a man named Covey in his book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's a really good book. I highly recommend reading it. It's one of my favorites personally. And what this concept can help you in is really figure out to what degree are you proactive and really find out where you're focusing your time and energy in. So in the book, Stephen talks about how you should separate the things that you can do something about, things that you have no emotional or mental involvement in the circle of concern, and the things that you can do something about in the circle of influence. So people that are more focused in the circle of concern are more reactive people, and people that are more focused in the circle of influence are more proactive people. So these people are focused on what they can do. So reactive people that are more focused in the circle of concern are generally they're more likely to whine, complain, and they're focusing on the things that they can't do, and they're letting those things control them on an emotional level and dictate the actions that they take, and they're letting these things affect them emotionally. They blame other people for their own problems, and they basically generally play that victim role. And the problem here is that when you're too focused on the things that you have no control over affect you, what's going to happen is in the long term, your circle of influence will actually shrink while your circle of concern will actually grow. So think of these two concepts as things that actually are interconnected with one another. So when one of them grows, the other shrinks, and vice versa. So let's look at someone that's more proactive, someone that focuses more on the things that they can do. These people are generally, when they're presented with a very difficult situation in their lives, if they've trained their brains to actually think about the things that they can do things about, and whenever they're faced with a difficult situation, what's going to happen here is they're going to have an easier time coming up with the decision of what they should do next. So because they've trained themselves to always focus on the things that they can do about instead of the things that they have no control over, and they're not letting those things affect them, they're going to have a much easier time reaching a decision whenever they're faced with a difficult situation. So a really good example is a few months ago, actually, I was working for this NGO, and I had to present a new B2C marketing strategy that the organization was going to take to about 30 to 40 different people. Now the problem is that I knew that contacting everyone via email wasn't going to be enough, so I wanted to find a more personal way to contact everyone. And luckily, because everyone had to sign up with their phone numbers, including as part of their contact information, what I did is personally contact every single person by texting them and making sure they knew what time they had to get here, what the date was, what they needed to bring, so that now instead of focusing on whether or not people will actually show up to my presentation, I was more focused on the content. So yeah, that's pretty much what I want to talk about today. This is a really cool concept that helped me out a lot. So stop complaining, stop whining, focus on what you can do instead of what you can't. Until next time.